Kids, we are back and we are going to show some different ways to solve this problem. Now again, normally I would have a student come up or a student share the different strategies that they use to solve the problem and explain it in their own words. But since we don't have that, you get me. So I put my fourth grader hat on and said, how would a fourth grader think about this problem? So I have 3 different ways I'd like to show you. And here we go. So first of all, I'd like to think about the equation. An equation is basically the number sentence. So I'm going to look for the equation that I need to do to solve this problem. It doesn't mean I have to solve it using that equation. I can do different strategies. For example, my equation for this would be, I have 351 views. I need another 600, or I have another 649, and I want to see what those views together are. So I'm going to start with 351. I already know that I need to know how many, so I'm going to be adding this amount in. And that's going to give me the number of views that I'm looking for. So I'm going to use a V to represent my views. Okay, that's going to be my total views. This is called, when you use a letter to represent a number, that is called a variable. We will get to that later. I'm just going to kind of introduce these things as we come across them, and we will discuss them more later on this year. So I have 351 plus 649, and that's going to give me my total number of views, or my V, my variable. So let's go ahead and look at a couple different strategies. One strategy that would work very well with this one is pulling these two numbers apart with the expanded form and showing that place value. Okay, remember, place value is going to show the amount the digit is worth. It's not just a 3, it's not just a 5, it's not just a 1. So I'm going to take my first amount and I'm going to expand it and show how much each piece is worth. So I have 300 plus 50 plus 1. And then I'm going to do the same thing for my 649. So I have 600 plus 40 plus 9. So now all I have to do is add up each column, okay? So it looks similar to our traditional method, which I'm going to actually put next to it so you can kind of see how those two really relate to each other. So I have 9 plus 1 is 10. 40 plus 50 is 90. 600 plus 300 is 900. And then from here, you can clearly see if we add our 90 and our 10 together, we get 100. And then we add it to that 900. And that is going to give us 1,000. Okay, so that was effective. It got us to the correct answer, and it was efficient. I was able to do it very quickly. In fact, I could probably do a lot of that in my head, because adding these amounts, they're very friendly numbers. They go well together. So this is a very efficient strategy. Okay, so my next strategy I'm going to show you is one that I like to call a grouping. So we've heard of regrouping. That's where you, we're going to talk about that, where you take, if you have too many tens, you put them in the hundreds. If you have too many hundreds, they go to the thousands. So we're going to talk about that, but I want to show you one of my favorite ways to do a problem, and it doesn't work with every number set. Just once in a while, you come across an equation and it just works. So let's take a look. So I'm going to stack them like I'm doing a traditional regrouping. Okay, so I stack them just like I'm going to do a traditional regrouping. However, I noticed something. When I look at just that 51 and that 49, I know something about adding 50s. And I know when I put two 50s together, it's gonna give me 100. Okay, did anyone else think of that? So, is there a way I can make another 50? I have 51. What if I took that 1 and put it right there with that 49? I think that's gonna give me two 50s. I think that's gonna give me another 100. So I'm simply gonna grab those two together. I know that this right here is gonna make me 100. So I'm right away just gonna go straight to that. And I'm gonna do 100, right? Now I look, now I only have hundreds to add. 600 plus 300, what's that gonna give me? You got it, 900. Look how efficient that was. I'm able to jump straight to 1,000 from here. Some of you may be going, okay, Ms. Bower, but those are easy numbers. True, and the reason I gave you easy numbers to work with is because I want you to see how numbers can go together efficiently, and you don't always have to use the traditional methods. However, I love me some traditional math. So let's take a look at how I would solve this traditionally, stacking and adding, but with regrouping. It's gonna look a lot like your expanded form solution. So check this out. If I take 351 and I add in 649, okay? Well, I know 9 and 1 is gonna give me 10. But so I can't put a 10 in the ones place. I have to move it over to the tens place. And since I don't have any single ones left, I'm just gonna put a 0 to hold that place. So I'm holding that place with a 0 because I don't have any ones. Now it's a 10, so I'm gonna put it up here with the other 10s. Notice how we did that here? This became a 10, and what did I do? I grouped it with the next set of 10. So 50 and 40, I know is 90, and I'm gonna put that 10 with it. That's gonna give me 100, but I don't have a place for 100, okay? I don't have any 10s, I have 100. So since I don't have any 10s left that I can use in the tens place, I move them over to the 100, because now I have 10 of them. That's 100. So I'm gonna move it over here. Now I can just add up my hundreds. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hundreds is 1,000. So I can't just put 1 because that's 100. So I have to put that there. So that's showing 10 hundreds, no 10s, no 1s. That is 1,000. So what I want you to do is I'm gonna label all of these. So this one here that we did in purple, this is our expanded. That is our expanded strategy, okay? Our blue one over here, this was our grouping strategy. Okay, and then our one down here in green, this was our traditional. That was our traditional strategy. So what I would like you to do is look at the strategies you used. Do any of them look similar? Did you try one of these? If you did, go ahead and put a star next to it. If you really like one of these strategies that are up here, go ahead and add that to your notes, okay? And write the word added next to it so that I can see and your teachers can see that that is a strategy that you added from this chart. And put a star next to the ones that you used on yours. Now, then what I want you to do is I want you to circle your favorite strategy. Circle your favorite strategy, and then you're gonna take a picture of this and add it to the next slide. And then, and our secret word of this lesson, our secret word is equation. So make sure you type out the secret word in that question box. It's gonna say, what was the secret word? And the secret word is equation. Okay, and that is our little trick to make sure that you are in fact watching the videos. And so we gotta get our views up. ladies and gentlemen. Come on, let's go. Let's get them up. All right, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.